Hello, welcome to this movie. Today I will show you how to analyze cardiac image data with the Imalytics Preclinical software. Let me open the software first. You can find an example dataset under Tutorial, CT, Cardiac Imaging, Load Example Dataset. And there you can also show this video and open a white paper. So what we see here is a 3D scan of a mouse heart, and we can visualize it in 3D here and rotate it a little bit. And what you see here is the left ventricle. It's there. Here. And first we can look at the image properties under options, show image data. And you see that we have a 4D dataset. So the fourth dimension is the time. So we have 10 different time points. So it's a beating heart, and we can go through the time points, go to the move through time menu. And we can click here, or we can use the shortcut Shift and middle mouse button. Sorry, this one. And you see the heart beating. So this was a gated acquisition performed with the Imalytics microCT, and Imalytics was kind enough to provide this dataset for this tutorial. So what we want to achieve in this tutorial is to segment here the left ventricle, as I showed you before, and quantify the volume, also of the different time points. And from that we can compute the left ventricular ejection fraction. To perform the segmentation, we need to save these time points into different subfolders, because currently the software only allows one segmentation per dataset. You can achieve this with this button here. Save each time point to a subfolder. We can save it, for example, in this folder. Let's call it cardiac. And let's call it heart. Okay, let me open it for you. It's not this one. It's here. We have the 10 phases here, and each one contains a dataset with the heart with a single time point. So you can check out the image properties again, and you see that the fourth dimension, the time is 1. So it's really only one dataset and one time point. You can also see it when you go to the move through time. Here's only one time point. Okay, and now we can use the set batch settings, and we can go through it using F11. And F10. Okay, but we will need the batch modus later. Now we want to segment the heart or the left ventricle. And what you see is that the bones and the ribs are a bit in the way. So let me show you how you can remove them in your image data. First we will add a class bone and perform a threshold function above 1600. And now the bones are segmented. We will make them a little bit thicker. So we dilate them, morphologic, dilate with 4. And now we set the intensity of the underlay to 0. Edit, adjust intensity of input class, set to constant, 0. And you can see now that the bones were deleted. So when we delete the class, we have a better look at the heart without the bones in the way. You can save this dataset, for example, as clean. However, let me load the original dataset and let's work with this one. So we can go back with Segmentation or just open the original dataset, the heart. Here it is again. So now to segment, we want to segment the left ventricle, and if you hover over the blood, you can see the intensities down in the right corner. So it's 1280, and the blood is bright because a blood contrast agent was used, so it's enhanced. And we can use this also for the segmentation by performing thresholding function. So we will add a class temp, and now we add a threshold above 800. It's a threshold between the muscle intensity and the blood intensity. Okay, and you see that the left ventricle here is connected to the other heart. And we have to delete this connection, and you can do this in two ways. One is by scribble drawing, so use the scribble menu. You go to the connection and you can delete it pressing F2. But what you also can do, and what I will do, is I use the draw segmentation and I will delete one slice. So I have to select temp as input class and unclassified as output class. And now I can delete this one here. Now I will add a class ventricle, and I will perform a fill region operation. You can also find it in the mouse action toolbar. And now I segmented the left ventricle. You will find it here in purple. Let me delete the temp class because we don't need it anymore. And now I can save the segmentation. For example, as LY. Okay, and we have to perform the segmentation for all the other phases, but I already did it. And what you can do now is you can set the batch settings when you're done with your segmentation, and you can perform some class statistics. But I also already prepared this for you, and this is how it looks. So you will get the phases here. We have only one class, the left ventricle, and the volume. And now let me add a graph or a curve. It's here. And with this curve, this is the curve over all time points, and we can compute the maximum and the minimum and the difference. And that the ratio of the difference to the maximum will give as the left ventricular ejection fraction. And you can also create some nice images, for example like this one. Okay, I hope this helps. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.